Hey everybody, VentureFox here. Welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Earlier this week I made a video about the generation ship Lycaon, which had been found. And it turns out that last night another generation ship has been found. This one called the Venusian. Now obviously if you don't want any spoilers, then please don't watch the rest of this video, as we're going to go pretty much straight there. To find it yourself, just travel to Kit A, as you can see the system that I'm in now, and set course for Zephyrus. And after about 1800 light seconds, you should see the new generation ship on your navigation. Here I am, setting off to Zephyrus now. Now the best way that I found of doing it is just stare at navigation. It's really not that far. So, you know, just keep a look on navigation, you won't miss it. It's one of those things you can fly straight past. I know people had issues finding the Lycaon on my last videos, so you really have to just fly straight. No detours, no nothing, because you have to pass within 1000 light seconds of these things before they actually show up on your scanners. This one's going to be much harder to miss. So, as you can see here, once it shows up, target it, head straight for the generation ship, just like you would with any other nav point. Here we are dropping out. Now, as you can see, this is another massive ship, just like the Lycaon was. The Venusian has a small change, where it has these like biomes with the greenery inside. That's not something that we saw on the Lycaon, which is a bit confusing actually, because you'd think ships like this, generation ships, they'd all have those. But there you go. This one does. And I think it looks pretty amazing. Again, a very eerie atmosphere in this area. Clearly it's dead, just like the Lycaon. I do enjoy flying around these. Okay, so here's me tagging the last uplink. The last uplink was really hard to find. So, they're spread out around the ship, just like on the Lycaon. There's 4 in total, and here we go.
This is Officer Gant. I know I haven't made many of these logs, haven't needed to, but recent events mean I have to open a record. The Venusian has been travelling for months now without incident, other than the usual canteen disputes and a couple of bar fights. Recently, though, sensors have picked up a number of heat signals, though no sign of any actual ships. That is, until today. 2 small ships of unknown designation were briefly caught on sensors until they initiated supercruise and disappeared. We don't know where they've come from or where they've gone, and attempts to hail them were met with silence. The XO Deacon thinks it's nothing to worry about, but I've got to admit I'm nervous. Anyway, we're keeping an eye out and the comms team are on high alert. Maybe it's nothing. They came out of a gas nebula. A pirate fleet, all manner of ships, and some of them highly modified. Every single one was red, though. Blood red. Our auto defenses were useless, and raiders breached the hull with mining lasers. By the time they got inside, I'd managed to rustle up a decent defense force, but we couldn't stop them spreading through the decks. The fighting was fierce at first, and we put up a good resistance, but when the best of our crew were cut down, there was nothing the rest of us could do. All I could do was initiate a rearguard action while we tried to save as many people as we could. Deacon managed to rally some troops, and we pushed them back long enough to retreat to aft. Not sure how much longer we're going to last. Deacon keeps talking about a parlay, but these are pirates on a slave hunt. They won't stop until we're all dead or in chains. Frankly, I'd take death over slavery any day. I'm down to my last dozen men and about the same in cells for my carbine. I've got around 100 civilians relying on us, and we'll fight till the last man to defend them. Deacon's disappeared. Either fled or captured, I don't know which. I can only hope he'd managed to escape somehow and has gone to get help from somewhere. Anywhere. I know, I'm kidding myself. We're done for. It's just a matter of time before they breach our defenses. No matter. I'll fight till the last. They won't take me alive.
Our barricade's been breached. We're under heavy fire. It won't be long. Deacon! Oh, damn it! It was Deacon who did this. He showed the pirates how to breach our defenses, gave them access to the maintenance tunnels. They'd never have found them without Deacon's help. Call in hail! If I can manage to return fire long enough, maybe I can get a bead on Deacon. Just one shot is all I need to take out that son of a...
It's another tragic story. It did sound like the officer who made those logs went down fighting, so that's good. But yeah, you just can't get away from those pirates in Elite Dangerous, can you? Now, one thing that you may have noticed is that during listening to those logs, I received a mission update. I didn't have any missions at the time, but I received this strategic data transfer mission. I had to go and see Claire York in a neighbouring system. And there's a very, very small reward for this. I have about 24,000 credits. But I thought, you know, this may be related to the generation ship. So I thought I'd set off. Here I am jumping to LP 121-41, where I'm supposed to be meeting Claire York. She should update me on the mission and give me my next destination. And here she is, Claire York. So as soon as you jump into this area with her, she updates your strategic data transfer mission, which is basically just there to give you your next destination, which is another neighbouring system. So we're not travelling too far. So for this we need to go to Enric Terminal in the Pepper system. So off we go to Pepper. Like I said, it's a neighbouring system, it's only 9 light years away. So it's a single jump for both of these. One single jump to get to Claire York and another single jump to get to the Pepper system. Now once you reach the Pepper system, you'll receive another mission update. This is something that happens with a lot of courier missions. Basically you get to the target system and you get an update saying, oh god, some people are out after the data or the cargo that you have. If you destroy them, then you get an added reward. So in this case, the first guy, Mick Pajan, is going to give us an extra 80 grand. So if you're willing to kill this guy for 80 grand plus whatever bounty he has, then of course you can do that. You can head straight to Eric Terminal and just hand in for your 24,500 credits. But of course, you know, not one to turn away from a fight. I am in the Courier at this point, which is lightly engineered. The Courier is a pretty good combat ship. It has very good shields, 3 medium hardpoints, so you can take on a third lance. He's only dangerous, so it wasn't too much of a fight. Plus I had some police intervention as well, so we took him down pretty quickly. It wasn't that big a deal. As you can see here, as he finally annihilated his hull. So he only gave me 11,640 credits, which isn't a particularly big bounty, so don't expect a massive amount out of these guys if you do decide to do this mission. And there we go. Here's our next guy, Mordeth. So Mordeth interdicted me pretty much as soon as I left that little area. And again, he was another third lance, which didn't particularly worry me. But he did give me a bit more of a battering than the last guy. I knew he took my shields down at some point. He's a master, so he's not even as high ranking, but I think he got some lucky shots in and had some slightly better weaponry. Again, we did get some police intervention, which kind of helped me out here. But as I said, the courier isn't particularly bad ship. I'm just using it at the moment to zip around. I like its maneuverability and its looks, so if I was in my Python, I would have just hammered these guys. They're really not that hard at all. So if you're in a slightly lower ship, then don't be too worried about taking these guys on. They should be pretty simple, especially with police intervention. It's not an anarchy system. And here he is, after a little tussle, finally getting what he deserves. Again, only 10,000 credit bounty on him, which isn't good. So I finally make it to the Ehrlich terminal, which I've named 3 different names already so far. Nice easy landing. This is one of the good things about the courier, it's so easy to land, so manoeuvrable, and with his massive shields you don't worry about just slamming it into the deck, which I do fairly often. Okay, so handing in the strategic data transfer. You performed superbly, Commander Shepard. That information in the right place, the chances of winning this war have improved. I got 185 grand plus bounties, so it's about 200 grand overall. It's worth doing if you get the option of doing it. And that's it for me today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye for now.